It's not looking good for Donald Trump. His health is collapsing, his cognitive and physical health failing before our eyes. According to a new article out from The Atlantic, Donald Trump is running around the White House screaming, "I am the most powerful person ever to live. I am the most powerful person in the history of the world." Utterly deranged. Donald Trump in the Oval Office, we see not only is he not the most powerful, he is the most clearly deranged. There was this moment where Donald Trump turned to the NASA administrator. This is called disinhibition. And Donald Trump just starts basically mocking the guy's ears. He does happen to have quite big ears, but Donald Trump in front of the NASA astronauts who flew heroically the Artemis mission, they're just so uncomfortable. And Donald Trump's like, "Can we ask this guy basically with the big ears? You know, he's got big ears, so maybe he could hear what you're saying." Disinhibition, a sign of, it is a sign of Alzheimer's and dementia. Let me be clear. I don't know what Donald Trump has or doesn't have. I'm giving you my opinion, of course, as protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. I'm just giving you my opinion. But watch what Donald Trump does here when he says, "You heard that, big ears?" Basically, here, play this clip.
Texas, Ohio, and Florida.
Well, the best man to tell you that is the man standing right over here. You heard that question? With those beautiful ears of yours? He's got great hearing, you know, he's got super hearing.
Trick of the trade, sir.
And then you see the Artemis II crew who Trump is using as props. They are like horrified at this whole scene. And Donald Trump is talking about how the United States should leave NATO. He attacks Ukraine. Just take a look at the faces of these astronauts. Like, what are we even doing? Like, this is so utterly humiliating. And look, these astronauts, you know, the question is, should they even be there in the first place? It's the Oval Office, but like, you know, you're going to be used as props like this. And they're just so uncomfortable. They're really heroic people. It's sad to see. Here, play this clip.
What do you think of that, Jared? Sending help after we win the war? I don't know. Some of that bothers me. I don't want to get you guys involved, but I can imagine what you think.
The United Arab Emirates, the UAE.
You know, and throughout that press conference, Donald Trump kept on confusing Ukraine and Iran. I mean, we know Donald Trump had just gotten off with a phone call with Putin for 90 minutes. And we learned about that from Russian media. Trump tried to hide the call with Putin, but it was a 90-minute phone call. Trump admitted to it when he was asked about it finally. But after that call, Trump confused Iran and Ukraine, and he kept on talking about how Ukraine militarily is defeated and we destroyed 159 of the Ukrainian ships. And he's trying to talk about Iran. Iran is not defeated, okay, as well, but he confuses Ukraine and Iran, and it's quite scary to observe. Here, play this clip.
And we use bullets instead of $1 million, missiles to knock out a $30,000 drone. So I would say Jared would tell me that with everything you just heard, typically we're in pretty good shape. And in addition, their economy is crashing. As you know, their money, they go with their money. They don't have a name for it. Their money is valueless. They've got inflation that nobody's ever seen before.
And by the way, it wasn't just once when he did that. You know, we started talking about, King Charles would have definitely got our back, unlike NATO. And so he starts attacking NATO, and he's saying King Charles would have sent ships to help us in the Strait of Hormuz. Yet again, though, he confuses Ukraine and Iran. And then Donald Trump's like, and NATO wouldn't help us in Ukraine. What do you mean NATO wouldn't? NATO was very much involved in Ukraine. He's mixing it up. And then rather than kind of admit it, he was like, we asked for all that help in Ukraine. Did you forget that you're attacking Ukraine and you're attacking Zelensky and you're propping up Putin because you're a Putin bootlicker? Here, play this clip.
He would have probably helped us with Iran. He would have followed the suggestions we made with respect to Ukraine, because, we have some disagreements on Ukraine.
And then rather than actually articulating what the United States Supreme Court ruling was in the Louisiana case where Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act was gutted, Donald Trump referred to it as the concepts of the ruling. He says he knows the concepts of a ruling. Here, play this clip.
I would. It depends. Some states don't need to redraw. and some do. I mean, I know what the concept of the road, I just haven't seen the result. Yeah, I would say generally I would think that they would want to do it. Some are greatly helped and some, it didn't make much difference. Yeah, I would say they would do that. They have time to do it. Yeah, please.
Let me interrupt for a minute to bring you this important news story. So we're seeing a major warning sign right now across the United States, and it's one that can impact everything from wildfire season to your grocery bill. New data shows that more than 61% of the lower 48 states is now in moderate to exceptional drought, and that includes a staggering 97% of the Southeast and about 2/3 of the West. And here's the key point. This is the worst drought level for this time of year since tracking began in the year 2000. It gets even more alarming. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says that March was one of the driest months ever recorded, ranking behind only the Dust Bowl era of 1934. Out west, record heat and low snowpack mean less stored water heading into summer, fueling wildfire risk and worsening water shortages. Meanwhile, a separate weather pattern tied to the jet stream is keeping storms away from the south, deepening drought conditions from Texas all the way to the East Coast. And the numbers are staggering. Some areas would need over a foot of rain in a single month just to catch up. Eastern Texas, nearly 19 inches. This is what climate instability looks like in real time, and yet we continue to see political leaders, especially Donald Trump and his administration, reject climate science and ignore the consequences that are already here. Thanks for watching. Now we need you to speak out. What are your thoughts on climate issues, on Trump's rejection of climate science, on our climate segments here at MeidasTouch? I want to hear from you. I'll be reading your comments. Okay, Ben, back to you.
One of the very odd behaviors of Donald Trump is he truly believes that he's in good shape. Like, he believes that he is an excellent physical specimen, and then he has all of his doctors, in my opinion, just completely lie on the various medical reports. Oh, he's really in good shape, as evidenced by the fact that he wins all of these golf tournaments. So these Artemis 2 astronauts are like deeply uncomfortable, and they're in the Oval Office. And then Donald Trump starts saying, in order to be an astronaut, you got to be in really good shape, peak physical shape. Your mind's got to be incredible. I think that I would be an astronaut. I think that I can do it. I'm very physically good. I'm physically very good. No, you're not. And by the way, he's not trying to be funny. He is so psychotic and such a malignant narcissist that he truly believes that he's in shape. He truly believes that he can be an astronaut. And he truly believes, like, right now, that he thinks he's in good shape. By the way, he doesn't think he's a senior citizen. I remember I've showed you other clips where he's like, we're doing this for the seniors out there, and I just want to make sure that we take care of them. One day I'll become a senior citizen, and he's not being funny. Like, he genuinely thinks he's not 79 years old. Here, play this clip.
Ask, but we're very proud of these people. They have unbelievable courage, unbelievable. A lot of other things too, by the way. To get in there, you have to be very smart. You have to do a lot of things physically good. So I would have had no trouble making it. I'm physically very, very good. Maybe a little bit of a problem. I don't know, sure. We'll have to try it sometime. Is a president allowed to go up in one of these missions?
We can get working on that, Mr.
We'd have no problem, right?
We can launch more rockets. The opportunity.
We'll have to try it.
Then he goes on and ranting about how genius his blockade is. The blockade is a genius move. Play this clip.
Well, the blockade is genius, okay? The blockade has been 100% foolproof. It shows how good our Navy is, I can tell you that. Nobody's going to play games. We have the greatest military in the world, and I built much of it during my first term, and we've been building it since. And the greatest anywhere in the world, nobody even close. And you see that whether it's Venezuela, and they have a good military in Venezuela, but it was over in one day. It was actually over in about 48 minutes. Iran, the same thing. I mean, militarily, we've wiped them out. They have no military left. It's all the Navy's at the bottom of the sea. The Air Force is never going to fly again. We've got an amazing military. Now they have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do. Just say, we give up. We give up.
And then as I talked about earlier, just the behavior all night. I mean, he's up at 1 a.m., 12:30 a.m., posting bizarre QAnon memes, posting weird memes of the Strait of Hormuz that says the Strait of Trump, as he's running around the White House like a lunatic saying, I'm the most powerful man ever to live. in the history of the world. I'm the most powerful man to live in the history of the world. He's also running around posting that James Comey's trying to kill me. He's trying 8647 means he's trying to kill me. It means 8 miles out, 6 feet down. Donald Trump posting again at 12:30 a.m. You probably saw the report I did earlier. 86 is a mob term for kill him, Trump says. They say 86 him. 8647 means kill President Trump. James Comey, who is a dirty cop, one of the worst, knows this full well. 8 miles out, 6 feet down. Didn't he also lie to the FBI about this? I think so. DJT. Again, utterly deranged behavior. And you heard what his niece, Mary Trump, had to say about him recently. Let's just play this clip of Mary Trump.
My grandfather was about Donald's age, maybe a little younger. Maybe my grandfather was in his mid-70s when he started to exhibit signs of dementia, short-term memory loss, impulse control issues, etc. And it then sort of worsened pretty suddenly in his early to mid 80s. This was a man who, at his height, was a very intelligent person. He was very sharp. And suddenly, he often looked as if he weren't oriented to time and space. And it's alarming how often I see my grandfather and Donald these days. He also often doesn't seem to know exactly where he is or why he's there or with whom. And of course, Donald has never had particularly good impulse control, but especially since the beginning of this year, we see that he is almost incapable of reining in his temper or keeping himself from saying what in any instant is exactly the wrong thing for him to say or post on social media. Like, for example, threatening genocide.
Yeah, and you also saw that's his niece. You know what his nephew said about him, right? This is what Fred Trump III said. Let's play that clip.
I know what I saw in my grandfather. I know what I saw in Donald's older sister, my Aunt Marianne, who in the end, thank you for saying, I am not a doctor. I don't pretend to. I know the warning signs from both of my grandfathers, what it is. Donald's cousin, John Walters, had dementia. It runs in the family. I'm not happy about it because guess what? I worry about it myself. Where's my glasses? Oh, on the top of my head now. I don't know. That may be Halfheimer's, but it runs in the family. He looks older, and I get it. I mean, I'm not saying anybody who is in that office looks different than when they come out. But the things he's spewing and the craziness, and he just can't stick to a message.
And then Donald Trump has this like weird, ugly statue of himself that's now been built at his Doral Miami club. You all saw this. So when the golfers show up in Doral, that's what they're going to be greeted with. There's the PGA Tours in Doral right now because nothing says corruption like having the PGA play there. But did you also catch that? Did you see that the Trump Washington D.C. golf club was posting the Live Golf tournament is coming to Washington D.C. to play here? Meanwhile, like Live Golf Club is out of business at this point. The Saudis are saying we're done. Like we're not funding this anymore. I mean, you destroyed our security umbrella. Like we're not going to do anything for you. And I'm sure you caught that. So there you have it. I mean, judge for yourself and you tell me what you think right here. But I think it's mad. I think he's utterly deranged and the whole world sees it. The whole world sees it. I mean, you've got Iran making social media posts like go to sleep. Just go to sleep. It's 4 a.m. We don't know what you're posting. You're clearly, just think about it. Iran, the purported adversary in this war, right, is posting, you really need to calm down. Like, are you eating too much? Are you having nightmares, Donald? And they're posting this on the social media over and over again. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks so much for watching.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.MeidasTouch.com. All 100% USA Union made.